Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar vs. Trevor here, joined by Thomas as always. And today we are talking about Best Supporting Actress, a wild category.
The
Much like
most
Best
wild
Actress,
acting category.
there's
Yeah.
no front runner, but like so many more people could win. Like I have no clue what's going on. I have no clue who's getting nominated. This
Yeah.
is fully all over the place.
Yeah.
Um, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know who we're agreeing on as our prediction.
No, I don't either. And like this is the exact same thing that happened last year where the major contender on we all think is gonna
Michelle,
win leaves and then there's a big
Jamie Lee
vacuum
Curtis.
and we're not quite sure who is gonna fill it. So I'd say we're looking at maybe big contenders I'm talking to win. I don't know
Yeah.
if you'd agree with that. I don't see anyone
I
else.
think it's Divine Joy Randolph,
It's
Emily
not a
Blunt, Daniel
category,
Brooks.
yeah. It's not a category that fills me with any like confidence as to who's going to be the winner. Like, I just don't think any of them
Yeah,
really have a
like we
great
need
narrative or a great performance like
we
that.
need
Like,
Color Purple to come out and Daniel
yeah,
Brooks to
because
be
I
like
could very easily see
a
Daniel
top
Brooks
candidate.
becoming that
'Cause that's
person.
kind of what happened with Ariana DeBose.
Exactly. And I could see Daniel Brooks that happening. But the question mark is we just don't know.
We don't
We
know.
just don't know. So it's hard to predict that at this stage when we do know a lot. We know pretty much all about all of the contenders at this point. So like it's a bit late to just be doing random unknowns and just do a bit. So yeah, I don't know about that. Divine Joy Randolph could, after seeing the film, I think she's doing
Yeah, because
enough.
you've
She's got the Oscar
seen
clips.
it.
She's got the Oscar clips there. I just think I don't know if performance will be something that necessarily can gain that passion. I don't know if she's necessarily the thing you leave the film talking about, and I don't know if the performance is like enough. I just really don't think it will be enough for her to gain the momentum and to gain a narrative behind it and to do all of these things to be an eventual winner. So yeah.
And I mean
So
the
it
the
leaves
thing
us
is
with
there's
Emily
Emily
Blunt.
Blunt, okay? And
Yeah.
we've brought this up before, and like I don't understand why people would go for this. I think that she's fine in the film. She is not my favorite performance in this category by any stretch of the imagination. She's fine.
Yeah.
But people really like Emily Blunt. She's never gotten an Oscar nomination, which is wild.
Yeah.
Insane. She should have gotten one, at least one, for like Devil Wears Prada or something.
Yeah.
Like genuinely. But like it does feel like Jamie Lee Curtis, and I don't think that you can just be like, oh well, this happened last year, thus the same exact thing is going to happen this year. But like you can look at those comparisons, and I think the broader comparison is just like actress who is overdue and
Yeah.
beloved by the industry in a Best Picture winner.
Yeah. And a lot of the scenes she's in do turn into Oscar clips. Like they're most of like she's not doing very much in the film, but
No,
there are the clips there for her. I do think the only drawback to her really winning is that if she does turn out to be the only winner, which I think we're predicting at this stage,
well we'll get
that
into
feels
supporting
strange. And
actor
we
in
will
our
get
next
into supporting
video,
actor,
but
but like that wouldn't feel right if she ended up being the only
right, because
acting
if
win
you
for
see in our
Oppenheimer.
last video, we are switching to Bradley Cooper winning now, for Best Actor, which we don't feel that confident about.
No.
But like even if it's just a double support, like I don't know, like it doesn't necessarily feel correct. But and we do still have Oppenheimer winning Best Picture, I think. Like I think we're
Yeah.
doing that still.
Yeah, most likely. Well, we'll see. We'll talk about
We'll see.
that. But yeah, I don't know. This category is wild.
It's
I
wild.
think and I hope for a world in which Danielle Brooks just establishes herself as a clear
Yeah.
victor. I think that is the easiest solution out of this whole mess of a category. But
Yeah.
right now, I think Emily Blunt is probably the most viable option to go for in this scenario.
She just makes the most sense to me. Like she makes. I mean, and you've seen both, but she
Yeah,
makes more sense to me than Divine Joy Randolph
she does.
purely off of
She does.
narrative. And like, it's hard for me to say Daniel Brooks over her because I don't even know if we're predicting The Color Purple for a Best Picture nomination at this point.
Yeah.
And we also haven't seen the film, so it feels safer for me right now to just say Emily Blunt, and then probably put Danielle Brooks second, then Divine Joy third.
Yeah, because I mean, the question is, are we thinking holdovers can be a picture player? I think if it is a picture player, then Daniel Brooks,
If it is, then
Divine Joy
Divine
Anderson
Joy comes
could
on.
happen. But again, it's all just one sort of big puzzle. How big will the color purple be? How big will the holdovers turn out to be?
And
I don't know.
I
And I
think that
think currently we're just looking at Oppenheimer. That in terms of film, like separate performance from the film, Oppenheimer's one we're very sure will be a picture player. Therefore,
yeah.
it makes sense to go for Emily Blunt. I don't
Right.
know. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does make the most sense. And like, yeah, holdovers could end up being the Best Picture, like winning player. Obviously, it's getting the Best Picture nomination.
Yeah,
Obviously.
obviously. Yeah.
But to win, like that could happen. I just I'm not completely bought into that narrative yet.
It's not the type of film you need to go for. It's not the type of film you
Right,
need to go for.
it isn't urgent,
It's
like other
Green Book without the forced messaging that sort of tries to make
which
it feel
probably makes it a
important.
better movie.
Exactly. Which for many will make it a much better film, but it does slightly remove the urgency, as you say, to vote for it.
So again, it doesn't feel entirely correct, but again, if we're looking at precursors for acting awards, the two that really matter are SAG and BAFTA. We know, like, I don't see Daniel Brooks or Divine Joy Randolph winning BAFTA. It isn't the type of performance they also go for, and also the BAFTAs do racist stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Both
just
ways
plain
are
and simple.
Yeah.
Like, we saw this last year. Denzel Washington's never won.
No.
Like, I mean, he's never been nominated, right?
No, I don't think.
I'm pretty sure he's never been nominated. Like, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
this is
don't
what
say
I'm
that.
saying. Like Emily Blunt is probably going to win the BAFTA, okay? If you're winning
Unless they
BAFTA
do completely on their own wavelength, which
yeah,
I
unless
could
they just
very
do
easily
something
see.
crazy.
Like if there's no, that's the thing with the BAFTA. If there's no front runner that's been asserting themselves, they can sometimes just have free range to do whatever they want. So,
Like, what if, like, Julianne Moore wins or something?
exactly.
Or Sandra Hüller in the
Or
Zone of
Sandra
Interest,
Hüller's Zone of
imagine.
Interest. Those are the kind of
Imagine.
things that it's a British film, so maybe.
Yeah, it's their
Yeah.
submission technically, right? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
but Emily Blunt is British. She's in the film that, like, might win the BAFTA, honestly, for best film, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the SAGs, if the SAGs are anything, they love Emily Blunt. They gave her the win for A Quiet Place. The win. Okay.
Yeah.
They've nominated her 3 times. Like, they love Emily Blunt. They'll go out of their way to nominate Emily Blunt. Or like,
Yeah.
it just, I feel like she can definitely win both, is the thing.
Yeah, I think she's the most likely to win both. And even if she doesn't win both, like, if she just wins the SAG, I don't think either of the other ones will win the BAFTA, as you say. So I don't think that's a problem. And if she just wins the
4
BAFTA,
nominations from a SAG,
maybe
yeah.
that's enough. Like if she just wins the BAFTA, maybe that's enough to see
Well, and here's the
in a
thing.
category
If we
that's so
win,
wild and so
we did the numbers on this last year. If BAFTA and SAG split in a supporting category, and one of the people who are in that split is in the Best Picture winner, always. Not always, but like over the last like 10 years or since 2010, I think is when we did the numbers. Like it happens. Okay. This is why we were so confident about Jamie Lee Curtis, is because we ran those numbers. And like if you win one of the two that has voting crossover and you're in the stronger film, like even like there's not a world where like unless Holdovers wins Best Picture, Oppenheimer is going to be the stronger movie. The Color Purple isn't even going to get like I don't see it getting close to that.
No.
Unless it's like earth-shatteringly good and incredibly urgent, which it might be, but as of now we can't predict things like that. And like I feel very confident that Blunt's going to win at least one, and if anybody's going to win both, it's going to be her.
Agreed. I think Blunt is one we go for now. In the future, this is all very subject to change. And say this is still November, but I do not feel confident about this prediction at all.
It feels
the weakest
incorrect.
one that we're doing. Exactly, it feels incorrect, but the fact is, so does everyone else here. So I don't know. This is one category that will just need to establish itself over time.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows how it'll turn out?
So, what else?
And then, what else is the other question? Because you're
looking
I'm
gonna list off some people. I'm gonna list off some people.
Yeah. Just go for it.
Taraji P. Henson, Color Purple. I'm just gonna read down Gold Derby, honestly. Taraji P. Henson, Color Purple. Julianne Moore, May December. Jodie Foster, Naiad. Penelope Cruz, Ferrari. America Ferrera, Barbie. Viola Davis, Air. Rosamund Pike, Saltburn. Sandra Hüller, Zone of Interest isn't gonna happen. I'm also gonna throw out Cara Jade Myers, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this in the Killers of the Flower Moon review, so you can go check that out for a slightly more extended conversation about her specifically. She's great, and people are talking about her, and there's a great narrative there. So, I definitely think she could make sense as a nomination.
Okay, starting off with Taraji, because that's a lot of people have Taraji happening. Do we think that's where we get the double nom? Because like I'm not feeling like I think we get the double nomination somewhere. Like it isn't like a stat where like they need to do a double nomination, but it's just always something that always seems to happen. And it would feel like I don't want to do a lineup like without predicting a double nomination.
Yeah.
With supporting actor, I still think that Matt Damon could happen, but there are a lot more things that are potentially pushing him out.
Well, I think the Poor Things duo
is the most likely
duo.
But I don't know if I want to say that. I don't think that we're saying that though. We'll talk about that in our next video.
No,
but I don't know.
And the thing is, with double nominations, it's often where there's a bit of space in the category. and there is a
And this
much less
feels like
space
there's
in supporting
space.
actor than there is here, where we've sort of got 3 probable nominations and no clue winner. Like, it's a very easy field for a
And the
thing like
Oscars
this to happen.
love their supporting actresses in musicals.
Exactly, and I'm sure there'll be showy performances in The Color Purple, and yeah, I think Taraji P. Henson would be my number 4 currently. As for that 5th spot, like, I
Right.
don't think Julianne Moore, after seeing May December, I don't think Julianne Moore makes that much
That isn't
sense.
the type of character role that really feels.
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, obviously, we talked not Jodie Foster. That's we can rule that one out.
She's
Um,
just bad. I'm sorry. She's
exactly,
just bad in the
exactly.
movie.
Yeah,
Then
not
there's
Penelope
Penelope Cruz.
Cruz. That doesn't make much sense,
Like,
really,
apparently
at
she's
all.
good, but, like, is that really gonna happen? So then we arrive to America Ferrera and Viola Davis.
Well, I mean, I think we can. I don't think it will be Viola Davis. I think she's a thing that happens at a couple of precursor ceremonies
That's
and then misses the
what I'm
Oscar.
feeling.
So I think we can take her out. I think it is between Myers and Ferrera.
Yeah, I kinda like a Cara Jade Myers shout, if I'm being honest, because yeah, like, Viola Davis, like, to me, Viola Davis is Eddie Redmayne in The Good Nurse, Jared Leto
Yes,
in
exactly.
How
That's what
She
she's
Yeah,
screaming to me
yeah.
as well.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean, who is it? Bill Murray on The Rocks, Jared Leto
yeah.
in Little Thing, like, it's that to me. The supporting performance that gets all of the nominations but then misses. Because I'm not gonna I'm
Yeah.
not gonna allow myself to predict there anywhere. So yeah, America Ferrera is a potential coattail. It's November, and it's also just because I really like the performance, and it's honestly my personal favorite performance in the supporting
Yeah.
actress category right now, based off what I've seen. I kind of want to put Cara Jade Myers just for fun.
I mean, I've never been entirely convinced by the America Ferrera narrative at all, either.
Like,
So
okay, listen,
I'm happy to go with someone
she has
different.
the Oscar
She
clip,
has
and
the
she's in
Oscar
Barbie.
clip, but I just don't know if Barbie's love will extend that far, and she
Sure.
is a lot of the reason why people have a problem with the film. Like, if you think the film is bad because it's
Yes.
too, like, over the
Bloated.
head,
Yeah.
and yeah, all of that kind of stuff, you're going to direct your problems at America Ferrera. So
Sure.
I think there'll be enough of a contingent against that performance. So I've never been
I
entirely
like
convinced by her. She could happen, but I don't know. I'd go
I
Myers.
had a
I'd
thought
pick
about
Myers.
Cara Jade Myers, and I brought it up to you after I saw the movie. I was like, well,
Mm.
what if? And
Yeah,
like, she has a similar narrative to Lily Gladstone, not just like the first Native woman. Like, there's that, but also like she was another one who was about to quit, and like she's also doing like I think like an acting school for like Native
for
performances and stuff.
sure.
Like,
And I mean, the love for Killers of the Flower Moon will be very strong, and
yeah,
is probably second only to Oppenheimer in this category. If
right.
you're just looking at the
And she gives
films,
a
if they're
big
in.
performance. Like, she screams, she
Yeah,
yells, like she
yeah,
has scenes in like there's a moment with her character that's like very memorable and maybe made you cry. Like she's definitely there. Like, the hurdle will be like, is she a name? But this category is just so open that it has room for a coattail nomination like that to
yeah.
slide in.
Because I mean, like the other ones, America Ferrera isn't a massive name. Like if the
No,
two that we're
Julianne Moore
talking
is,
about,
but I don't see that
Julianne
movie
Moore,
being big.
Viola Davis would be, and Penelope Cruz would be the ones that would be named. So the question is, would they
Yeah,
do names, or are they going for performances that are in stronger films and that people are more likely to be passionate about? I presume
yeah.
they'll be doing the latter. Therefore, I feel fairly fine about doing this.
Because the other thing that happens with these supporting categories, it's not always the biggest names. Like,
No,
you'll get some I don't say like no name act, but like just like some smaller names or
you'll
some
get Lucas
like
Hedges up here every so
right,
often.
exactly. Like you'll have things like this happen. I don't think being a name is as big of a factor as it is in the
No,
leading categories necessarily. I know. I think there's room for somebody like Cara Jade Myers, and like, do I feel that confident about this prediction? No, but it's November, and
so
it's
why
just
not?
a gut feeling. And again, it's my favorite performance in this category, so why not just throw it out there?
Yeah.
Like, because like there is a world where this can happen, and I don't think you can make that compelling of an argument for anybody else.
No,
So
exactly. That's the thing. When you've got a category like this where there's so little performances that you think, yeah, are definitely assured bets. I don't know. I think there's space for things like this to happen.
I agree. I
Like there's
1000%
space to get just sort of the shoehorning in norms like Terror Ensign. I mean, we haven't seen a performance. Obviously, it could be
right.
worthy, but like the things you just do because there's space there, and there's also space for the things that people are just more passionate about.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I'm feeling Cara Jade Myers. Like maybe Viola can sneak in, maybe America Ferrera, but
Maybe.
I don't know. I like where we're at with this category, as of now. So those are our thoughts on Best Supporting Actress. I hope you enjoyed. But if you want to see more Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, film, TV, all this type of content, you can stick around for some more. You can also support the SAG strikes in the links in the description, as well as following us on social media if that is something that you are interested in. But until next time, thank you everybody for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.